There are a lot of people that uh, spend a good part of their days and lives thinking they're not good enough. And all of us have had moments and periods of time when we didn't think we're good enough. I spend a lot of time in my practice helping people raise their self-esteem and to experience themselves as worthy. So these are the 5 things right now. Let's go quickly into it. Number 1, you're not your thoughts. You're not your thoughts. I think this is very important. Your thoughts are not your reality. We tend to get caught up in our thoughts. We believe our thoughts. We've learned our thoughts oftentimes from other people's thoughts. There's really not a whole lot of originality in our automatic thinking. So what we need to do is become aware of these thoughts and recognize that these thoughts that are spinning us around like tumbleweeds and making us feel bad about ourselves are just that. They're not really anything powerful or wise. It's nothing we should worship. So you start to pay attention to those thoughts that make you feel that you're not good enough. A related number 2 to that is don't compare. Remember that what we do is we compare our insides with other people's outsides. So it's really easy to see people's outsides. It's sort of like that Facebook version of people and other social media versions of people. They are sure not sharing with you their weaknesses. They're surely not sharing with you the struggles they're having in their marriage. They're sharing the positive. And we see that and we think, what's wrong with us? The bottom line is there's nothing wrong with us. And those thoughts that you have, so I'm putting that 1 and 2 together, are usually based on a lot of false ideas and false shoulds. The truth is that we're all in the process of developing. We're just constantly have a life task of growing and developing, and we're definitely a work in progress. We're never a finished product. So whenever you think you're not good enough, take a look at the standards in which you're subjecting yourself to. I can tell you right now, what you're missing is that other person that you're comparing yourself to is probably looking at you and going, I wish I had what that person has, meaning you. Okay, 3rd thing I want to say is your worst traits don't define you. We all have strengths and we all have weaknesses. And oftentimes we get kind of fixated on our worst traits. It leads to us not feeling good about ourselves. We typically focus on the things that we're not good at, whether it's a certain part of our body that doesn't look the right way, or we haven't finished graduate school and other people have. Again, it's all kind of related. As you can see, they're all overlapped. But the emphasis here is that you are more than your worst traits. You're more than those parts of you that you don't like. You are the essence of, you're a deeper essence. And to define yourself by traits that are not good, first of all, you're missing all the ones that are, and we all have blind spots to that. But even more importantly than that, it limits you. It does. And my last 2 are going to really drive this home, as you see that they all are related. The 4th thing is here's what I want to say is you need to practice opening your heart. I've been talking about this a lot. You want to open your heart and receive. When you feel like you're not good enough, the thing that you want to do is notice you're resisting love. Maybe there's people that love you and that you're not taking it in. Or maybe there's beautiful nature all around you that you're not appreciating it. So literally go to your heart area right there and feel it. Is it closed? You can feel it and open it. Open your heart. Soften your belly and take in what's right in front of you. If there's no beautiful nature in front of you, find something that you could take joy from, but you want to practice being a receiver. If there's nobody around right there, think of someone who has shown you love, and compassion, and acceptance, and open your heart. I mean, one of the biggest antidotes to not feeling good about yourself is to remember those that love you and to take it in. You want to open those psychological valves and receive. It's really important. You start to realize that there's other things I've talked about, the comparing with others, the defining yourself by your worst traits, and getting caught up in negative thinking really is all about resisting what's already there. It's almost like I'm asking you to tune into the frequency of love. It's all around you, inside of you. It's all around you. People will love you. People will care about you. They're there. Some people have more people than others, but they are there, and look for that. And if there's not a person, look for the pet. Look for the nature. Receive good food. Enjoy it. The fifth thing is this is a new moment. There's always a new moment. Stay in the new moment. The new moment has an amazing amount of opportunity for you. So if you have regrets from decisions you've made in the past, maybe you've been hurtful to others or yourself, that's in the past. What can you do now in this moment? This is your new moment. Every moment has an opportunity to be creative. And you want to come from that place of deservability and receiving. You know, we're all here to learn lessons. I talk a lot about literal sight. Glad I remembered what I was going to say. Literal sight and symbolic sight. Literal sight is when we see things literally. We look at our lives, we see the problems we may have, because we all have problems, and we may let that define us and drag us down in our sense of self-worth. However, if we have symbolic sight, symbolic vision, we're always looking for, what is it I'm here to learn? What am I here to learn? So sure, we have weaknesses, but maybe I'm here to develop those weaknesses. Maybe those weaknesses aren't bad or wrong, or it doesn't mean that I'm not okay. Maybe it means that there's things that I'm here to learn. Life is fascinating and interesting because we're always in a position of learning something new, developing something better, working on our weakest links, whatever they may be. And we do what we can do, and we accept what we can't do. And we just know that there's so much opportunity right now in this present moment to live in the moment, to enjoy the moment, to receive the moment, and to make the most out of this moment, to be creative in the moment. If you are finding that you have not liked some of the decisions you've made, this is the moment to begin a new trajectory for yourself. No need to think you're not good enough when all that does is it blocks you from doing all that you can to be alive in this present moment. We don't want to let those thoughts, which are just thoughts, run you, stop you, and block you from being in this moment, in the present moment. So much to you. Don't think you need to know it all. There's a mystery to life. And when you have experienced things about you that didn't live up to the standards of your inner critic, just recognize that your inner critic is just a bunch of thoughts. Don't buy into it. Live for now, create now, accept now, open your heart and receive. Define yourself as a person who has symbolic vision, who's always willing to learn, and who is free to experience all of life right now, no matter what your past decisions were. Thank you. Thank you for listening. This is Todd Krieger, making the world safe for love.